Welcome to the Social Stack, your go-to channel for marketing tips based in technology for your real estate business. I'm Amy Stack, and today we'll be going over how to create a newsletter template inside the Keller Williams Command platform. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Here we go. And can you guys just give me a thumbs up? Let me know that you can see Command on your end. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So I have several tabs pulled up here that we're going to be referring back and forth through today's class. And let me move that because my Zoom buttons are in the way. There we go. All right. So right now I've just logged into Command, and the first thing we want to do is to go into Designs. So that's the little paintbrush on the left-hand side. And then if you've never been in Designs before, this page will be blank. If not, and you've created things, they'll show up here. So if you need to create something new, which is what we're doing today, you'll hit the plus sign. And of course, email newsletters, you need an email design to make that work. So you'll just hit next. And you'll see that there's a whole bunch of different templates that you can choose from that are already in there from International. So there's actually 72. You can load more. And if you've seen something in the past that you like and you just can't remember where it is, you can always use your Control F or Command F on Macs and kind of type in the word you're looking for, and it'll search through those for you. If you've created something that you want to come back to, you can just go to My Designs, and everything you've worked on will be in the My Designs section. I'm going to switch to another tab real quick. I have started a layout for us that I'm just going to use for the rest of class today. But this layout it started with the KWRI template. I used the approachable newsletter, and I think I used A. But so you can see that we have modern, classic, approachable. So you'll see those words a lot in the templates. So if you pick out which style you like, anything you want to send moving forward, just stick with the same. Always do modern, always do classic. That way it'll help keep your branding the same across all of your marketing and your newsletters. So I just clicked approachable, and then it opened up. This is the template. I just added a couple of titles in here. That's all I've done so far. So this is a pretty blank. You can see that there's text in here, but it's the Laura Ipsum font, so that's not actually any real words. So once you've selected your newsletter, you're just going to go ahead and hit it, and it'll open right up. And there's a couple features I just want to walk through, and I do want to let you guys know I have a playlist right here. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. I'm going to go over some of the features. However, I've done individual videos on the different features that you can use inside these email templates. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat. And for those of you watching on YouTube, I'll put it in the description and link it to the video up here too. So that's my playlist, and that will go to in-depth details on how to use the different features of the email templates. So real quick overview, this eyeball here and this options will let you see a preview of your email. So you can see now that I'm in preview mode, I can see the actual logo. And if I go down, I can see my footer has all populated with my information in there. So on the template, you can see it says just market center name. And if I go down to the footer, you can see it's got like spots for things, but it's not really, you can't see what it looks like because all of that information is actually going to pull in from your marketing profile. So as long as your profile is updated, all of this will feed right in for you, which is nice because then you don't have to type it all out. All right, so on the right-hand side, if you do want to add more text, images, any of this stuff, all you would do is click and hold and drag. You guys see that green line? See some nods? So wherever you let go of that green line, that feature that you've grabbed onto is going to populate in that spot. See how that says insert your text here? I don't actually want extra text, so I'm just going to hit trash on that. But what I wanted to bring up were some of the topics that we talked about in the mastermind last week were what type of content to include. So I picked a couple from our mastermind. One would be a local update. One would be stats or trends. And one was something personal. So I'm just going to kind of walk through what that looks like for everybody. So when I uploaded or chose this template, this just said like subtitle right here. So all you have to do to update that text is click on it, and then click your little pencil, that edit button, and you can type right in here. You can see anytime we click on the text, the same editing features will come up here, and you can play around with, you know, the positioning, the type of font, the size, adding in hyperlinks. You can even change the color if you want. So let's say I want it red and bold, and I want it a little bigger. So then when I want to see what this looks like in the email, I'm just going to hit done, and you can see it's now updated on the left-hand side there. So done will reflect your changes into the template, and save will lock them in place. So you always want to hit done first and then hit save. If you hit save, it will save what's showing on the left-hand side. So if you don't hit done, it's not going to populate those changes in for you. So done first. Should I say it one more time? Make sure you hit done first. All right, so here we go for a local update. A lot of questions we got on the mastermind was like, yeah, I love the idea of doing a local update, but where do I get the content? What do I put in there? So I just went to the Glen Ellen Chamber of Commerce Facebook page, and we have a 4th of July parade coming up. So that's kind of a fun thing to be able to send out. So I saved these pictures to my desktop. I'm gonna come back to my email template. And here I have an image placeholder. So if I click on my image placeholder and hit my edit pencil, you can see I have some options to fill in here. I'm going to hit this replace button because I want to replace the image holder with an actual picture. And I can pull images that I've already used in my email templates before. So if this is your first time opening it, this page will be blank. If you've used it before, you'll see all the things you've uploaded already. You can pull in images from your listings and search for a property, or you can add one from your computer. So I have this saved on my desktop. Just going to drag and drop it right in there. Click the image I want and hit replace. Now, if I hit done, you can see my image has popped into that placeholder. So I think it looks a little stretched out. I'm just going to hit edit again. And I can actually change the positioning or the width and the height of the image right here. I don't know what would be a good size. We're going to try 300 and hit done. There we go. That looks a little better, right? Not quite as stretched out. So here's my 4th of July parade. Here's my local update. And now I have some text, and I have a button that I can put in here too. So you guys can choose to do both. You can put in text and a button. So I'm going to go back to that Facebook post. And if I click on it, it should open up the whole post. Oh, maybe. Oops, something's happened with Facebook. All right, we'll just go back. If I scroll down here, you can see the whole text that they put in here. Now, maybe I don't want to put this whole paragraph in my email, right? I can just say something interesting from the first paragraph. I just copied that. Here's my text, hit my edit button, and then I can just paste what was from the Facebook post right in here. And then I can say, you know, for more information, click the link button, whatever you want to say below. I'm just going to hit done. And now you can see that's popped into place here. I have some more text option I don't want, so I'm just going to hit the trash can on that. And now here's that button. So I've said click the button below. Well, now I need to make my button work, right? So if I go ahead and hit that pencil, we'll get our editing features for the button on the right-hand side again. And you can see I can change the color. I can link it to something. So you can see landing page, merge tag. So if you've made a landing page in Command already, you can actually link it right here. A merge tag would let you link it to a client's name, address, phone number, something like that. Or what we're going to do right now is just put a web address in there. I'm going to go back to that Glen Ellen page. I can get to it. Here we go. And I'm going to copy this link right here. So now whenever anybody comes to this link, they'll get all the updated information about the Glen Ellen 4th of July parade. So they get all that great resource right there. So I've copied that link. Here is web address, and you can see just to the right, it's asking for me to put that address in there. So I'm just going to hit paste. And then I like to make sure that it all looks okay. So I go back And we've got one HTTP, so that's good. Sometimes people will accidentally paste it in front of the one that's already there. So make sure you don't have the HTTP twice. And then if I wanted to change my color here, you can see I have all kinds of different options. I can do the slider. I can do this cool little eyedropper, and I can match a color on the page. And right now you can see it's got rounded corners, which matches the rest of my newsletter. But if I wanted it square, I could do square. See how now it's square and blue? I'm gonna go make it black again. I think it's 000. Yep. And then I'm gonna make it rounded. And here's this little button that says link copy. So all the way at the top of this, we have where the text is link copy. So you can say whatever you want here to prompt people to click on it. So like you probably don't want it to say button, right? You could say Glenellen 4th info. Hit done, and now that's on my button, so people know to click there. Oh, I forgot to make my corners rounded. I hit rounded, hit done. Oh, it doesn't want to be rounded anymore. Oh, I didn't put the border radius in. That was my mistake. So you can see this is 0, which means if there's no radius, it's going to stay square. So you can make the corners like super rounded or just a little hint of roundness. Let's put 25 in there, hit done, and now you can see the ends of my button are round instead of square corners. So there's my little local update for the beginning of my newsletter. So then we have, I've added a video slot in here, and because I wanted to show you that feature. Another image slot was in the template, and then I put stats and trending, and then we have, again, our same option with our text and button. So what I've done already is I've made a local stats video inside Designs. It takes less than 5 minutes to make. I'm going to go ahead and click on this and hit edit. And then you can see we have the video URL and we have the replace button. So this is a little different because it's going to show an image here. And you'll have to do a live link. So if you have a YouTube channel, this is perfect. You would just put your YouTube link in there. If you don't have a YouTube channel, what you can do is actually upload your video to your Google Drive and save it as a public link, meaning there'll be an option that says anybody that has this link can view. Well, then you can put that link right here. And then you can put whatever picture you want in here to represent your local market stats. I don't know if I have a stat one loaded in here. I don't, but that's okay. We'll just choose one of these pictures here. That kind of looks like they're looking at something interesting. And then your alt text. So if you hover over the eye, it'll tell you alternative text. So if for some reason your image doesn't load, whatever you put in the alternate text here is what will show up. So I'm going to hit done really quick. Oh, I got to put a link in there. Let me just grab my YouTube link. All right, hit done. And so now you can see my picture is there. And when I click on it as a consumer, it will take me to, I put in my YouTube link. So that's the link it'll take me to. But whatever link you put in there, of course, is where that will go. So what I wanted to show you, I don't want to leave this email template. So I'm going to come back to my other tab that I have open here, and still right inside Designs, there's this little plus sign right here, and you have the option to hit video, and you can choose the neighborhood you want to make a video on. So you just choose your neighborhood, and it's going to pre-populate all your stats and everything. So this is the one I just made, and I can download it. And I'm going to put it into my Google Drive. So I'm just going to drag and drop it in my drive there. And they take a little time to upload. So what will happen, here's one that I have in here. If I right click on my video and hit share, this is where you guys want to change this. Instead of to specific people, you want to change, and you want to change your viewer, or you want to leave it on viewer, but then change to anybody. Oh, I'm in a weird drive right now, but see how it says only onward management can view? If I hit that drop down, I can do anyone with the link. So that's what you want. That's the key. Anyone with the link can view, and then you can hit copy the link and hit done. Oh, here we go. Now I can do it on the video I just uploaded. So I'll do that one more time. So you just right click on the video you upload, hit share. You want to change your view to anyone with the link can view, copy your link and hit done. So that link is saved on my clipboard right now. Gonna edit my video. Whoops, clicked it a couple of times too many. I'm just gonna paste that link right in there. Hit done again, and I'm gonna save that. So when we go to the preview, I'll show you how that works. So of course you would want to put something in here that prompts people like, hey, want to know what's going on with the stats in this area, or check out this video for Lake Ellen stats, whatever you want it to say. You can make an image in Designs or your favorite design platform and just upload it right in there. So then I have trending. So a lot of people in the mastermind were like, I love the idea of doing something trending, but where do I get the information? How do I know what's trending? So I just went to, again, I went to Facebook and I went to HGTV and I found this cute little video that also has some stills in it, and there's an article and a link to an article. So this is the article that it links to, how to build outdoor bench with storage. So just something like that. I'm gonna come back here. This is the original post. Just gonna copy that information. Make sure that if you're doing something like this, you are crediting the source or linking it to the original article. That way you're not, plagiarizing. So I'm gonna go back into my text. We're just gonna paste that text in there, and it copied the emojis and everything. And if you want that link to be live, oops, I didn't mean to move the tree. You highlight that link, and right here is the link button. And now I can hit save and done and save again. So that's the text that went in there that I copied from HGTV's Facebook page. And if I want to link to the whole, just like before, maybe I didn't want the link in here, maybe I wanted a button, I could just put that link in the button. But for now, I don't think I need it because I put the link there. So I'm just going to hit the trash can. So I have a button for my first one. I don't have it for my second one. It's up to you guys how you want that layout to look. And then I could pick a picture from their little video here. So you can see, right, there's lots of good stuff right here. Oh, I went a little too fast. Like, I think that's a cute picture. So I know this one's a little blurry. You'd want something that's not blurry. You could put the actual video in there. I'm just taking a screenshot for today's class so you can see how that works. Just took a screenshot, and we're gonna go back to the newsletter. Same thing, click the image, hit replace, hit add image, and we're just gonna browse the images on my computer. These are my downloads. My screenshot's gonna save on my desktop. So I'm gonna look for my desktop, and there's my screenshot. There it is. Click that, hit replace, hit done, and there's the image. So then you can see outdoor stage hacks. So that goes right with my image. And then moving on to the next section in the newsletter mastermind, we talked a lot about adding something personal. So this is where I want to kind of open it up to you guys. What is something that you think would be interesting to share with your clients? Go ahead and unmute or type in the chat. And I see that Karen asked about the neighborhood video, but I showed that, so she said, got it. Thank you. So who thinks they've got something fun that they'd want to share about their lives with their clients? Local bike paths. So Wayne, are you a biker? Do you like to go bike riding? Indeed. All right. So then let's see what's around here. The Prairie Path, right? Whoops. Maybe you took a picture while you were out on the road. I'm just going to do a Google image search. So theoretically, at this point, you've got a fun picture of like maybe you standing next to your bike, or your friend took a picture of you riding down the path, right? You could use that image. Here we go. Just going to pull that to my desktop. So pretend this is Wayne in here, right? This is the image, it's his image, it's him riding on the bike. We're gonna add the image. Hit done. So there's Wayne's picture of him riding down the prairie path. So then he can talk a little bit about how great it's been and what a great area it is to live so close to the prairie path. He had a fun ride. This was his adventure, just talking a little bit about his life, what he did for the weekend, how he enjoyed the weather. And hey, did you know this is right in your backyard too? You should go take advantage, right? So you could just write that little blurb right there. And that's the only thing you would really have to come up with the content for yourself, because you're probably not going to find a story about you online unless you put it there. Am I right? So now that we have everything in here, I'm going to take this button out too, unless maybe Wayne wants to link it to information about the prairie path, like a map. I got to get off of the images. So here's information about the prairie path, right? Illinois prairie path. We're going to hit copy, put the link right here. Hit my little edit button, hit link to web address, paste in the web address, and then learn more, right? Or learn more about the prairie path, whatever you want it to say. We'll hit done, we'll hit save. And so now Wayne's put his little story in here. He's got his button right here that says, learn more about the prairie path. And now I'm going to show you guys the preview. So we're going to go to options. We're going to look at that preview. And here is the video. You can see the different buttons in here, right? So this is just a visual of how everything's going to look. And then if you actually want to test out all the links and the videos, when you hit options, there's two different things you can do. There's send a test email, so you can send it to yourself or a friend, or you can hit download template. I usually do with the merge tags. Oh, we didn't talk about that. Hang on, we'll go back to that too. So when you download the template and open it up, this is like a live link. So now all my links should be working. So if I hit the Glen Ellen 4th info, it took me right to that page, just like we talked about on Facebook. And, oh, I didn't mean to close that. Sorry, guys. Click my video. Here's the neighborhood video that we made. I just prepped mine before class. That just started playing for us, and it opened in a new window, which is nice. And then we have the storage hacks and the prairie path. So you can just click on all of those to make sure that they're working. The one thing I forgot to tell you about, I'm back on the editable page right now. Let's say you want to make this seem a little bit more personal and you want to say, hi, Sergio, or something like that. You can click your text box, or if you want to add it to any of your text boxes that are here, you can. But maybe I'm going to put something right at the top, and I want to put in like an opening message, right? So I want to say hi, and then I want this to be personalized to my consumer that's opening it. So I want it to have their name in there. So do you guys see this button right here that says agent first name right now? That's a merge field. So when I click on that, I have a bunch of options. So I want to find contact first name right there. And then you can put your personal message in there. So this will say like, hi, Patty. This is what's going on. Thank you so much for being, in my sphere. I'm so happy to connect with you. Here's your monthly newsletter, whatever you want to put in there. And then you can hit done, and that will go in there. And when your contact opens this, it's going to have their name right in there. A couple other ideas I've seen people do is put in call to actions to like download the app, which is built into the footer here, right here, download my app. Or if you're running a contest or you're doing a client appreciation event, you can put all of that type of stuff in your newsletter too. And you can see we have lots of different pieces that can help with that, including if you want to do a featured listing, there's a listing block. So make sure you check out that playlist I mentioned, and that'll go over all those different features. Yeah, let's say this, how we have it right now, is exactly how you want to lay out your newsletter every month. And you just want to update the content, right? We don't need to change local update. That's always going to be the opener of your newsletter. And you're always going to do a neighborhood video, and you're always going to do something trending, right? Let's make this one match. So I think I left that the same. Made it bold, made it red. Right, there we go. So you can edit it to the look that you want. Oh, I didn't highlight that. Edit it to the look that you want and get that all locked in place. And then I'm going to save and exit now. We've got our email, how we want it to look. We're back in designs. These are all the things I've worked on. Let me just refresh the page to make sure it's the most current. It'll even have dates on here. So like when you log into Command, you get this screen. This is your home screen. So you log in and you're like, all right, it's time to go update my newsletter. Let's go to designs. That's the paintbrush. These are the email templates you've worked on. So I'm just going to click that most recent one. So I can either edit this if I don't want to save this one, or if I hover over it, you guys see that 3 little dot that pops up there? I can click on that and I can say make a copy, and it will make an exact duplicate of what we've just created. And then I can go in and edit the copy and not lose the July newsletter that I just put together. So you always have that on record. So maybe next year you want to go look back and see what you did, right? Or in a couple months, you're like, oh, I did a cool story on the prairie path in my bike ride, and this has come up and is relevant, so I need to grab some information from it. So you just hit make a copy, and then it'll save your original one. All right, we got a couple minutes, or 1 minute, but that's okay. If you guys want to ask questions, I'm happy to open it up. Let me go ahead and stop sharing. Did you guys learn something today? I see Bobby nodding. Charles gave a thumbs up. Perfect. Oh, I see a couple questions. Okay, this was great. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, perfect.
You mentioned you were going to talk about, I think you said merge tags, or?
Yeah, that was the name. That was putting the name in there.
Oh, got it. Got it.
Perfect. Okay. Well, like I said, I know we covered a lot. Definitely check out my short stack playlist I did. They're all little like 5-minute videos on the different features. So if you want to learn specifically about that listing update, just go to the listing, you know, how to add my listing to my newsletter video. And it's just like a 5-minute video to show you that feature. I'm out of town next week, so no class next week, but we'll be back with smart plans the following week. And I want to hear, before everybody leaves, what's a little aha or something you plan to put into action from today? What did you learn? What are you going to start to do? Anything? Come on, guys. See Sergio typing.
I've always thought about.
Heather says actually start creating newsletters. I love that. Go ahead, Bobby. What were you saying?
No, I actually thought about having to create my own unique content, and now you just gave me specific topics, short, sweet topics to include in the newsletter. So thank you.
Thank you for the inspiration, Wayne. Lauren says, train my agents and encourage them to use this instead of paying for someone to do it. Yeah. Diana said to create her July or email newsletter, she's going to put it together. You guys go ahead and add me to your newsletters if you want. It's just Amy Stack at e2psuccess.com. I love to see when people put stuff into action. Amy Stack at e2psuccess.com. Feel free to send it on over. I think that wraps it up, unless you guys have questions today. All right, well then I'll see you in a couple of weeks.